So here's a little clip of today's events. This is such a cute little town. It's typical of all the little towns when you get out of the major metro areas. This is in southern Ohio, in Winesburg, Ohio. And you just drive through these little towns, and they have all these little businesses, and the houses are right on the road. When you go out to a slaughterhouse, they're typically way out in the middle of nowhere, so you spend a lot of time driving down these little country roads like this. The GPS, however, had me turning left up here, driving literally through a graveyard. I didn't put that on camera, but I couldn't believe I actually thought that was the right way to go. So now watch the black trailer in front of me there. He swerves really hard. I can't see what it is. Oh, they're baby ducks. And I swerve as hard as I can without losing control. And I missed him. I'm not sure what the car did behind me, but I think he cleared him. Anyway, so this is the end of the day. I'm pulling into, I've called ahead this Walmart. Said that there's trucks out in the corner lot, furthest away from the front door to the left. So I'm like, all right. So I'm pulling in. I'm like, oh, this is a tight little lot. And I saw it from the satellite. This is going to be a tight one. Notice the oversized load guy went by me. Well, what I didn't see until I turned around to the back of the store is Mr. Oversized Load of the swimming pools is pulling in right behind me. And he's going to make a spot. He's just going to park in the driveway. He's not even going to, get out of the way. He's just going to block everything. So I guess it's right to the left of that tree. And I was thinking, I can't get around the tree to park on the other side along that curb. And there's too many cars through here, so I was like, I better drive to the back. And there'll probably be somewhere I can turn around back there. So I squeeze through here. I see Asplin's already here, parked for the night. I get to the back and I'm like, oh, look at that. There's a big turnaround. So I turn all the way around to go back out front. And I'm thinking, oh, man, where am I going to park? Because they didn't say park in the back. They said park in the front. So I'm going to get turned around. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I think I'll park up by the street. And no sooner do I get turned around and I start going back forward, then I see the oversized load guy had popped in there right. I didn't see it until I got turned around here, but he popped in and he took that spot. I was like, well, it's not even a spot. So I was like, all right, well, that's interesting because I can see him now from the truck. So there he is. I'm thinking, uh-oh. So I'm like, oh, I'll park on the left here. I'll just cram in, back up to that tree in the beauty bark. But Mr. Oversized Load pickup truck here is kind of in my way, so I'm thinking, maybe he'll get out of my way. I'm like, okay. So no, he backs up and just about into that other truck. So I was like, oh, where are they leaving? No, they're going to park in there. So I was like, all right, well, I'll give him a minute. Then I'm going to start crowding him to get him out of my way. And now I figure, okay, there's nobody in the way, so get your pickup truck out of the way, come on. And he doesn't. He ends up sitting right there, so I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to crowd him, push him out of the way a little. And because one thing I found is if you sit and wait, too much stuff changes around you, and then your entire setup is wrong, and you can't back up. Or I could just see someone pulling into that spot behind me, so I wouldn't be able to back up. So I'm like, all right, I'll just cram in there and make my presence known. So I had to shovel it back and forth a couple times to line it up against the parked cars so that I wasn't in the aisleway. But oversized load pickup guy eventually figures out he doesn't need to be sitting there. He can get out of the way. And so, which is good because I need to be right where he is. And I keep pushing and he gets out of the way. So anyway, this was a great spot to park for the night because this is down in, I'm now in West Virginia. And West Virginia, there's a long stretch between truck stops and a long stretch between parking spots for trucks. So that's why I was like, well, this is midpoint. And this is perfect. They allow truck parking, so I'm like, oh, that's even better. So now I'll just get up, pop over to my drop in Newport News, Virginia, drop this fresh chicken, and on to the next adventure. Hopefully no more ducks. That was a little upsetting. And the hard part, that was in a little bit of a curve, so, you can't take, I'm 79,523 pounds. And you jerk the wheel with that much weight back there, it's like a big marshmallow. It'll keep going the direction that it was originally going. So it's like, oh man, do I wreck the truck or do I wreck the ducks? Luckily, neither. So here's the final swipe to get her backed in there, and plug her right in, and everybody's got their spot for the night. And that's kind of nice. There is an Applebee's to my left, but I try not to spend money on stuff like that. It's whatever I eat over there is going to be fattening. And I just cooked a bunch of stew last night, so I'm going to cook up some rice and have that with the stew. It's going to be a good dinner. So there's the old girl sitting there in the parking lot, right in the middle of everything. But she fits. Thanks for watching.